Hello and welcome to Galaxy Primetime News. My name is Nanwar Ngimazaka. I'll begin with the headlines. President Bola Tinubu congratulates John Mahama on his swearing in as Ghana's president. The Senate Committee on Appropriations proposes January 31st as a target date for the National Assembly to submit and pass the 2025 budget. On the foreign scene, rescue workers are searching for survivors after a major earthquake kills dozens of people and damaged more than 1,000 buildings in Tibet. Details of these and more will come to you shortly. To stay with us. And now the news in full. President Bola Tinubu has congratulated John Mahama on his swearing in as Ghana's president, saying Nigeria will support the West African country. Mahama was inaugurated on Tuesday in Accra, marking his return to office years after 7 years when he served as Ghana's president. Tinubu, who was among world leaders at the event, noted his friendship between him and Mahama, pledging Nigeria's backing for Ghana. President Tinubu, who was a special guest to the inauguration, said he shared a deep friendship with John Mahama, a reason he's around to work with him. Mahama, who was president of Ghana between 2012 and early 2017, stormed back to power after he defeated Mahamudu Bawumia of the then-ruling New Patriotic Party (NPP). He polled over 50% of the vote cast to coast home to victory. A landmark Tinubu shows reflects the deepening roots of democracy in Africa. The president said Mahama's return to power lays to bear the question of whether Ghana and Africa are capable of democratic and productive endeavors. Nigeria is at moderate risk of the human metapneumovirus (HPV), a common respiratory virus that can infect people of all ages. A dynamic risk assessment conducted on Monday, January 6, 2025, has revealed the virus currently circulating in China and other affected regions of the world can cause illnesses ranging from mild cold-like symptoms to severe respiratory infections, particularly in young children, older adults and individuals with weakened immune systems. The risk assessment carried out by the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention (NCDC) in collaboration with international partners, including the World Health Organization, the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and the UK Health Security Agency, is a comprehensive evaluation that will serve as a crucial guide for Nigeria's preparedness efforts and development of effective response strategies to mitigate the potential impact of HMPV in the country. The Director General of the NCDC, Dr. Jide Idris, who disclosed the development in a statement and public health advisory, also declared as false report of the WHO declaring HMPV a public health emergency of international concern, stating that such reports should be disregarded. The Senate Committee on Appropriation has proposed January 31st as a target date for the National Assembly to submit and potentially pass the 49.7 trillion naira 2025 budget. The committee declared that it will suspend the plenary for 2 weeks upon resumption on the 14th of January 2025 to allow all agencies of government to defend their estimates before the National Assembly. It has also fixed a Thursday to hold open day on the budget consideration, which will garner input from various stakeholders and civil society organizations. The chairman of the Senate Committee on Appropriations, Senator Adeola Olamileko, stated this during a meeting with chairmen of all standing committees in the Senate to discuss the procedures for budget consideration. Acknowledging the short time frame, Olamileko assured that the Senate would work diligently to meet the January 31st deadline, striving to ensure the budget meets the aspirations of the Nigerian people. The People's Democratic Party has strongly condemned the completely disassociate itself from the act of violence and attack on members of the press and the institution of the media by one of its staff, Emmanuel Okoronkwo. This is coming after the said staff assaulted a correspondent of a local daily, Ndubisi Oji, at the party secretariat on Monday in Abuja. National Publicity Secretary of the party, who gave the indication while addressing journalists on Tuesday, stated that the party is committed to the rule of law and the democratic tenet of freedom of the press, transparency and openness, which is critical to the activities of the party. He said the party's NWC regrets the incident and assured of its unalloyed respect for the press, particularly members of the PDP press corps, as a continuous partners in progress for accountability, probity and sustenance of democracy in Nigeria. Senator representing Kaduna Central Senatorial District, Senator Lawal Adamu Usman, has replied Kaduna Elders Forum over its demand for his recall from the National Assembly for alleged non-performance. Senator Usman, popularly called Senator La, rebuffed the Kaduna Elders Forum the will of a different group. The lawmaker, in a statement on Tuesday titled Kaduna Elders Forum's infertile outburst, empty barrel making most noise, dismissed the outburst of the KF as the ranting of a group of that should not be taken seriously. It will be recalled that the senator had earlier alleged an attempted assassination on him, which was followed by a threat by the Elders Forum to recall him from the Senate. You're still on to Galaxy Primetime News, and coming up next. An Oyo State High Court fixes January 13, 2025 to deliver its ruling on the bill application of the Ibadan Christmas Fun Fair organizers. Details of these and more will come to you shortly. Just stay with us. We're glad to have you back. Now, for more updates and latest news, please visit our website www.galaxytvonline.com. Connect with us on our X handle @GalaxyTV. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/GalaxyTVNews. You can follow and interact with us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/GalaxyTV. Remember to follow and tag us on our Instagram page @GalaxyTV. Our social media platforms are user-friendly and can always accommodate a live update and comment, as you can easily scan our IG QR code. An Oyo State High Court Ring Road Ibadan has fixed Monday, January 13, 2025 to deliver its ruling on the bail application filed by Naomi Shilekonla, Alhaji Oriyomi Hazmat and Abdullahi Fasasi. Galaxy News correspondent Shegun Falomo reports that the applications for bail were heard at Oyo State High Court 8 Ring Road Ibadan today before Justice K.B. Olawuyin, who presided over the proceeding. The state more said action taken against the suspect was lawful, as it is established under the law that they have committed a punishable offense, thus freeing the courts to deny the suspect of their request. In their separate argument, all the counsels to the suspect told the court why their client should be allowed to enjoy their freedom. No custody. Justice Olawi, after listening to the submissions and argument of the counsels at the point of law, adjourned the ruling on the bail vacation till Monday, 13th January 2025. Meanwhile, the suspects are currently being remanded at the Nigerian Correctional Center, Agodi, and were absent at today's court sitting.
Filed their summons for bail before the court, and we opposed all the three applications. So arguments were taken. You can see we're just coming out of the court since 9, and rulings have been reserved till 13th of January.
So the court has not said anything. We have just argued. So we are not expected to either tell the press or the public this is against. We have argued. The matter has been adjourned to 13th. For bail application.
Argue that for us, holding charge is unknown to law. They were arraigned for charges which we felt that the magistrate court has no jurisdiction to take. And in view of the fact that it has no jurisdiction, if they were to be remanded to the court, either by the person having the authority having custody.
The hearing of the fraud case against the former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, could not resume today as scheduled because of the slow takeoff of activities at the Ikeja High Court caused by the Christmas holiday. The case, which was adjourned for 7th of January at the last hearing in December, was stalled because the activities at the Special Offences Court has not picked up. Over 30 witnesses are on the lineup for examination and cross-examination on the fraud case, and only 8 have appeared so far. The former governor of Central Bank, Godwin Emefiele, is facing fraud allegations for shady deals he engaged on while in office. However, the case is billed to resume tomorrow, 8, at the Special Offences Court, when prosecution witness number 9 is expected to appear at the court for confirmation of his written statement. Chairman and Chief Executive of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marwa, has said that the steady operational successes being recorded by the anti-narcotic body in its drug supply and demand reduction efforts will continue to justify the support and assistance it is getting from the United States government, other partners and stakeholders. Marwa stated this at the commissioning of Central Exhibit Office donated by the U.S. government to NDLEA at the agency's headquarters Annex Ikoyi, Lagos on Tuesday, 7th of January 2025. The facility was handed over to the NDLEA boss by the U.S. Consulate General, Ms. Jo Ellen George, supported by other senior U.S. officials, while commending the United States government as a reliable ally in Nigeria's renewed effort to combat drug-related crimes. Marwa said the continued collaboration with the U.S. has been infinite, bolstered and enhanced NDLEA's operational capabilities, while calling for continuous support and more collaboration from the U.S. government and other partners. Marwa said the challenges of illicit drugs are dynamic and multifaceted, and as such require continuous partnership and innovation. A 54-year-old mother of 2 has been paraded by the Ogun State Police Command for child trafficking alongside 24 other suspected criminals for different offences. The new Commissioner of Police in the state, Lanre Ogunlowo, parading the suspects at the state's police headquarters in Abeokuta, the state capital, promised the reinvigoration of the security architecture of the state for better security of life and property.
On 23/12/2024, Tango Taiwo of Oluke area of Ijoko, Ogun State, kidnapped Koforola Akande Mercy. That is the case we had on 23rd when a woman POS operator had her daughter taken away from her.
The police boss, however, admonished residents to be more security conscious. He called for useful and timely information about criminal activity, just as he assured residents of an effective policing through community engagement.
If you take a tab of this incident, you will see murder, courtesan, murder, then human trafficking. We want to appeal to our people in Ogun State to be conscious of who they associate with, who they relate with, who come to their domain, and things like that.
Police officers have been admonished to discharge their duties professionally with respect to human rights, rule of law and ethics of policing if they want to build their career to the next level. The assistants are specially promoted within the zonal command to up their game through actionable intelligence in tackling crime and criminality, stating that it is only by doing this they can move up in their career. AIG Zakaria Farah stated this shortly after decorating 8 police officers in the zone who were promoted from the rank of Superintendent of Police to Chief Superintendent of Police and Assistant Superintendent of Police to Deputy Superintendent of Police. Congratulating the officers, he called on them,
my senior colleagues, for their mentorship, the AIG Zakaria Farah, FDC, who is the AIG Zone 4, for being a wonderful boss to me. This promotion marks a new chapter in my career, and I am eager to apply all my skills and experience to drive positive change and progress in the police job moving forward.
The Nigeria Police Force National Cybercrime Center has arrested and paraded suspects involved in identity theft, business email compromise and money laundering. While parading 4 suspects at the MPF NCCC office in Abuja on Tuesday, the Force Public Relations Officer ACP Muyiwa Dijobi revealed the syndicate, which included Lucky, who is 34, Indifrek Joseph Moody, 27, and Chinedu Godswill Israel, 20. Correspondent Kunyojo reports that ACP Adejola Yasir Hassan Isa, who was defrauded of 24 million naira. In a separate case, the NCC arrested Egbefe Martins, who is 26, from Delta State for facilitating cybercrime in opening and renting bank accounts to cyber criminals. Adejobi said these accounts were used to solicit funds under false pretenses. Egbo admitted to his involvement, claiming ignorance of the victims' identities.
108 cybercrime cases were reported with extortion, cyber stalking, and other cyber-related frauds across the country. The department has also been able to secure 14 convictions and recover the sum of 8,821,1,881 naira 80 kobo.
ACP Adejobi emphasized the NPF's commitment to educate.
What we recovered usually all for the victims, and of course not for the center. So all the money recovered so far was sent back to the victims through restitution, and of course for us there is nothing like 10%. So far, I mean, the whole money will return back to the victims.
The Nigeria Police Force has dismantled 5,049 malicious domains and networks of cybercrime syndicates, leading to the arrest and prosecution of over 751 cybercrime operatives. Not only that, a total of 685 devices, including mobile phones, computers, routers and servers, have been recovered within the past year. Additionally, 508 cybercrime cases were reported, with 14 convictions secured and assets worth over 78.8 billion resuscitated to victims. Speaking at a press briefing in Abuja on Tuesday, the Force Public Relations Officer ACP Olumuyiwa Adejobi highlighted his achievements as milestones recorded by the Nigeria Police Force National Center MPF NCC in 2024.
108 cybercrime cases were reported with extortion, cyber stalking, and other cyber-related frauds across the country. The department has also been able to secure 14 convictions and recover the sum of 8,821,1,881 naira 80 kobo.
Additionally, he highlighted the center's nationwide cybersecurity awareness campaign, which included workshops, seminars, and digital platforms aimed at educating the public on online safety practices. Correspondent Kunujo reports that the director of the NPF NCCC, CP Uche Fayin, while responding to questions from journalists, clarified that the items recovered from suspects are meant for the victims, not the center, and are returned to them accordingly.
In the year 2024, the center spearheaded a comprehensive cybersecurity awareness campaign through
digital ecosystem. The Coalition of Northern Groups Gombe State Chapter, in collaboration with civil society organizations and critical stakeholders, have called for the reversal of the tax bill currently before the National Assembly. Rising from a town hall meeting on the proposed tax bills, the forum admitted that the bills will have faced opposition from various stakeholders, including the National Economic Council, the Northern Government Usman Deba, Gombe State Coordinator, CNG Comrade Habiba Isa Gaudi, Voice for Rural Women for Women Groups, and Comrade Lawal Idris Lawante, AG Chairman, CSOs. The forum argued that the reforms could lead to increased tax burdens on businesses and individuals, hindering economic growth and development. It added that the opposition to the tax reform bills has led to calls for broader consultations and consensus building among stakeholders. Participants unequivocally rejected the proposed tax reform bills and related policies that threatens to deepen economic hardship, marginalized regions, and undermine national unity, as they emphasized the need for equitable, inclusive, and people-centered reforms that prioritize sustainable development and the well-being of all Nigerians. You're still on to Galaxy Primetime News. We'll quickly take a break, and when we return, the news continues. Stay with us. We're glad to have you back. The Borno Executive Council has approved the renaming of Borno State University to Kashim Ibrahim University, Maiduguri, in honor of Kashim Ibrahim, the first governor of northern Nigeria. The decision was taken during the first council meeting of 2025, chaired by Governor Babagana Zulum in Maiduguri. Speaking to newsmen on the development, the Commissioner for Information and Internal Security, Professor Usman Tar, said that renaming will take effect after the necessary legislative amendments and notifications to regulatory authorities. He said that the council approved a comprehensive program for street naming and house numbering in Maiduguri town and other urban areas as part of the state urban renewal effort, including traditional rulers and federal agencies such as the Nigerian Postal Service. Earlier, while addressing the council members, Zulum expressed appreciation for the commitment and outlined plans to intensify recovery effort and implement impactful projects in 2025. The Foreign Minister of the People's Republic of China, Wang Yi, is scheduled to arrive in Abuja on Wednesday for an official visit. During the visit, Yi, who is a member of the Political Bureau of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of China, will engage in discussions aimed at strengthening ties between Nigeria and China. The announcement was made by the acting spokesperson for the ministry, Ambassador Yusuf Tugar, on Thursday for bilateral talks. The talks are expected to focus on expanding cooperation between the two nations, especially in the areas of trade, infrastructure, and technology. President Bola Tinubu has approved $20,000 for a medical treatment, bulletproof SUVs and cooks, among other benefits, as a retirement package for service chiefs and generals, which the Nigerian Medical Association, the Medical and Dental Consultants Association of Nigeria, and the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors faulted. According to the harmonized terms and conditions of service for officers and enlisted personnel in the Nigerian Armed Forces signed by President Bola Tinubu on December 14, 2024, the Chief of Defense Staff and other service chiefs are entitled to a bulletproof SUV or its equivalent as a retirement package. The vehicle would be replaced every 4 years and maintained by the military. This is in addition to a Peugeot 508 or an equivalent vehicle as backup. The retired generals will also enjoy a range of other luxurious benefits, including domestic aids and residential guards upon retirement, while those who retire as lieutenant generals and the equivalent will enjoy international and local medical treatment worth up to $20,000 annually. The benefits for the CDS and the service chiefs were not specified, but it is believed that they will be significantly higher. Retired military personnel barricaded the entrance to the Ministry of Finance in Abuja on Tuesday, demanding the full payment of their long overdue entitlement. The retirees set up canopies and positioned chairs to block the ministry's entrance. This protest comes after a similar one in December 2024, when the retirees shut down the ministry to protest the government's non-payment of their claims. Despite official approval for payment, the retirees were reportedly told that no funds were available to pay them. The retirees are demanding payment of the unpaid benefit, in addition to the 20 to 28 pay increase due to January to November 2024. These include palliatives between Naira to their pension, a bulk payment to the Security Department allowance, and a refund of pension deductions from the salaries of medical boarded soldiers. Now, we'll move over to a foreign desk for more news.
This is news from the international scene. Rescue workers are searching for survivors after a major earthquake killed dozens of people and damaged more than 1,000 buildings in a remote region of Tibet near Everest. At least 95 people were killed, with another 130 injured after the earthquake hit the foothills of the Himalayas at around 9 a.m. local time on Tuesday, according to Chinese state media. A large-scale rescue operation was launched with survivors under additional pressure as temperatures were predicted to fall as low as -16 Celsius overnight. Earthquakes are common in the region, which lies on a major geological fault line, but Tuesday's was one of China's deadliest in recent years. The magnitude 7.1 quake, which struck at a depth of 10 kilometers, according to data from the U.S. Geological Survey, was also felt in Nepal and parts of India, which neighbors Tibet. Videos published by China's state broadcaster CCTV showed destroyed houses and collapsed buildings in Tibet's Olish-Gatsi city, with rescue workers wading through debris and handing out thick blankets to locals. Temperatures in Tingri County, near the earthquake's epicenter, is the northern foothills of the Himalayas, were already as low as -8 Celsius before night fell. According to China Meteorological Administration, Sangji Sensei, whose supermarket was damaged in the earthquake, said the damage to homes have been extensive. At least 901 people were reportedly executed in Iran last year, including about 40 in the single week in December, according to UN Human Rights Chief. It is deeply disturbing that yet again we see an increase in number of people subjected to the death penalty in Iran year on year, Volker Turk said. It is high time Iran stemmed these ever-swelling tides of executions. The total is the highest recorded in 9 years and marks a 6% increase from 2023, when 853 people were executed. Most of the executions were for drug-related offences, but dissidents and people connected to the 2022 protests were also executed, according to the UN. There were 9 Orung miners trapped inside a flooded coal mine in the northeastern states of Assam. 3 of the 9 men inside were feared dead, newsmen reported, after the state government said rescue teams had spotted some bodies that they have been unable to reach. The men were trapped on Monday morning after water flooded the so-called rat ore mine, which is a narrow ore dug naturally to extract coal. Despite a ban on such mining in India since 2014, the small illegal mines continue to be operational in Assam and other northeastern states. The Indian Army, which is involved in the rescue effort, said in a statement that its personnel had arrived at the site in the morning and will assist in the local administration. Senior officials of the Indian Army will also be reaching the site to coordinate with the civil administration, the statement said. The Army's relief task force included divers, sappers, medical staff and necessary equipment, it added. On Monday evening, Assam Director General of Police G.P. Singh said the authorities were ascertaining the exact number of people trapped. Reports said more than a dozen miners had managed to escape, and initial reports suggested that the numbers would be in single digits. About 10,000 customers in the Republic of Ireland are still without water as snow and icy weather conditions continue to grip much of the country. All non-urgent outpatient appointments in a number of hospitals have been cancelled and thousands of homes are without power. Schools in several counties were closed on the first day of term. Bus and rail services were also impacted as a result of the conditions, which were most prominently felt in counties Cork, Kerry, Tipperary and Limerick and southern Leicester. Irish National Weather Forecaster Met Iran issued a fresh yellow warning for snow and ice on Monday afternoon for the entire county until midday on Tuesday. An orange warning for low temperatures and ice have been issued for 22 counties due to come into effect at 8 p.m. local time until 10 a.m. on Wednesday. A separate orange warning for low temperatures will come in about 6 p.m. on Wednesday and will last until 11 a.m. on Thursday morning. That is warning for Dublin, Luton, Wexford.